Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ann Miller with Angelic Hands, and I am here to do today's live. If you are just joining me for the very first time, whether on Facebook or on YouTube, welcome. If you've been with me for quite some time, welcome back. If you'd like to let me know where you're coming in from, it's always nice to see who's joining me. So I'm being guided today to do a few things, and I'm going to be sharing some messages from one of my decks that I've used before. It's the Moonology Oracle cards, and I love this deck because there's a lot of beautiful guidance, and the artwork is just absolutely amazing. And I felt drawn to this deck for quite some time. And then when I purchased it and started working with it, it really resonated with me. I am Ann Miller French. I am the owner and founder of Angelic Hands. And I started my practice back in 2016. And my practice was founded on Reiki therapy. And I'm a certified Reiki master teacher, but my practice has grown exponentially since then. I'm also a psychic and a medium. I do readings. I am also a certified quantum life coach and a quantum energy healer and a light language healer. So today I'm going to be sharing some messages from the Moonology Oracle Cards deck. I'm also going to be doing a guided meditation with light language. And this is going to help you with these current energies. We are, no joke, we are in this super full moon in Scorpio, and I started feeling it a few days ago. I've always noticed that anytime there's a change with the moon cycle, I most definitely feel it, and just allow myself to go within. So if there's tears that have to come out, if there's emotions that are coming up to the surface, it's allowing those things to unravel and come up for healing. And I've mentioned this before, but it's like working through the layers of the onion, and you continue to work deeper and deeper and deeper. I talk about shadow work, shadow hunting, working through your dark night of the soul. I've done all of that personally myself, and I've walked alongside with my clients that are currently going through their process through quantum life coaching. And it is a process, and it takes time, it takes patience, and your commitment to your journey. And it's different for each and every one of us. And I have been working on my journey for many, many years, me going all the way back to 1991 after I had a very significant awakening, another series of awakenings that happened in 1990, as well as health scare and surgery. And it really changed my life and opened up my eyes to all of the infinite possibilities that are available to each and every one of us. It's not a one size fits all. It's trying different things, see what resonates with you, and continuing to move forward, but making that choice to make that first step. And if you're ready to activate your higher self, reach out. I would love to connect with you. That's what I do. It's my mission, my passion, and my purpose is to hold space for others while you're working on your journey. And this can be anything from A to Z. I have clients that are going through grieving process, through the loss of a loved one. They're working on relationships, career goals, finances, getting a better understanding of working with their gifts. Pretty much anything, like I said, from A to Z. So if you are interested in learning more about me and my holistic practice, I invite you to take a look at my website, which is ReikiAngelichAnds.com. That's ReikiAngelichAnds.com. Hi, Roseanne. Thank you for hopping on, and thank you for the heart. I absolutely love it, and I feel it. So I'm going to get started with today's messages. I pulled 3 cards from the deck. As I mentioned before on the live, I'm going to be working with this Moonology Oracle cards. This is by Yasmin Boland, and I hope that I'm pronouncing this person's name correctly. So the first card that's coming up is a new start is coming. Now, although on the bottom of the card it says new moon, the way I use this deck, and I realize that we are in a super full moon phase, this applies to, because when I work through the deck, I put my energy into the deck and I'm shuffling the deck. I specifically hold the intention that the cards that I pull are in regards to the current energy. So these messages are in regards to this full moon energy. So when I look at, what is a new start is coming. Okay, what are full moons all about? Well, this particular full moon is literally bringing things up and helping us to clear anything that's holding us back. So it can be toxic relationships, it can be fear, it can be worry, it can be doubt, shame, humiliation. That's the big thing that's coming up right now, is that there's a lot of fear coming up for many people. And even on my own personal journey, I was looking at, just took some extra time today to reflect in meditation and asked my higher self, what is it that I'm willing to let go of at this time, and where am I still holding myself back? And the answer came through. And no joke, this full moon is really the catalyst to help get that stuff out of our bodies. And we come into these human bodies and we take on all these different emotions, and we carry on things from our lineage. We carry on things from our ancestors. We came here to break cycles. We came here to make changes. We came here to be healthy. It's all about choice. And when you continue to say yes to you and are willing to activate your higher self and to step into who you truly are and who you're becoming, you're essentially making space for what is yet to come. And I really see that right now with this stirring and everything that's going on. It is anything that may feel like a boat anchor or may feel like fear. It could be a person, place, or thing, something where you're still holding yourself back, or where you're still connected to it or still tied to it, where it literally feels like a heavy weight. And I know this past weekend, my husband and I, we went hiking in this beautiful lake. It's very local to us. And I just imagined just dropping into Mother Earth and allowing her to take anything that was weighing heavy on my heart, anything that felt heavy, and just allowing Mother Gaia to transmute those energies back into love, and anything that's no longer serving me or my purpose. And healing is, I've talked about this before, it's not a one-time event, it's an ongoing journey. Those of us, myself included, that have been working on this journey for quite some time, there are different things that were coming up, and just saying, okay, I'm going to look at this, and honoring yourself with where you're at, that acceptance piece and the surrender piece and the release part of it. So I shared quite a few messages over the past couple of days that came through. I channeled a message from the Pleiadians and I channeled a message from Spirit. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check that out, I'm on Instagram. You can find Angelic Hands out on Instagram. So I share the messages there. It's out on MeWe. I believe it's out on my Facebook page. So check it out. But I definitely had a lot to share, and I'm grateful to be able to channel those messages from Spirit and from those very benevolent beings of love and light that are coming in from very high dimensions. And I'm grateful to be able to deliver the messages and get the word out and follow the guidance that I receive each and every day, even if it's just doing a quick podcast or hopping on and doing a live video. So, with where we're at, the more you continue to work on self, you continue to face your deepest, darkest shadows and shine light and send love to those parts of self, you're going to embrace some new starts. So it's I look at it as it's a very welcoming message, and it's something to look forward to. So the next card that came up is nothing is yet set in stone. So we all have free will, and we have a freedom to choose. You have a freedom to choose how you want to live your life. And when you're coming from a space of love and you're making those actions from the heart, and you're moving forward on what's truth to you, and when you're following the guidance as far as what your next steps are, if there's something that you set up in the past and you kind of feel like you're stuck right now, know that you can, right now, you can make those changes. At any point, you can make those changes, and being aware of what your thoughts are and being aware of your emotions. And if there's something that you don't like, I always talk about we have a story, and we have different chapters within the story. If you don't like certain parts of the story, you can choose to rewrite any part of it, and just take a look at it and make those revisions and decide, and even ask yourself, what how do I want to live my life? What do I want my life to look like? And even pretend and look at it, and sit with it and feel it in every cell of your body. Excuse me. And just continue to embrace what's going to come. So it really ties into the first card with the new start is coming. The third card is take time to breathe out. So we're going to be doing some breath work when I take you through the guided meditation. And as much as we take breaths in, it's also equally as important to take those breaths out and just be aware of the ebbs and the flow and where we're at. And if there's different things that are coming to the surface, if you're being triggered, or if you have something that's coming up that's unsettling to you, being aware of where your nervous system is right now. And I know that my husband and I are planning on going live. I'll be sharing that soon. We're still going to do that second segment regarding PTSD and talking about that healing journey and all the different ways that you can work through those emotions. And when you're going through any type of post traumatic stress disorder, I've openly shared my journey as far as different things that I've gone through. So, breath work has truly become my best friend. And when we get upset, or there's a trigger, or we get angry, or we're in a space of fear, or we're worried, or we feel anxious, it's knowing that there's something out of alignment. Higher self is not checked in. So, it's taken the pause, and the key is remembering to take the breath in, take the breath out, and call your energy back to you, and commanding your higher self back into your body. I talk about this a lot as I work with my clients one-on-one. And it's through that breath that you're bringing in new information. And rather than going into fight, flight, or freeze, which are the nervous system mechanisms where part of us wants to check out, it's calling us back in and sitting with ourselves. And like I said before, if it means letting emotions come out, saying words that need to come out, tears are definitely not a sign of weakness. So for men and women, it's men, women, and children. If there's tears that need to be expressed, something that needs to come out, it's a purging process. So if you find with these full moon energies, if you're going through something right now, or if there's something that's coming to the surface, let it out. Truly let it out. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say that when I'm upset, I let the tears out. If there's unresolved feelings from a previous hurt, I will take that squishy pillow that I always talk about and get those feelings out, whatever it takes to get it out of my body. Because the more we suppress, the more we numb out, the more we keep it inside, it solidifies. We can end up with aches and pains. We can end up with headaches. We can end up with, I know for me, going back to 2014, 2015 timeframe, I had manifested an autoimmune disorder at that time. It was Lyme disease, and I do not wish that upon anyone. But looking back at where I was at that point in my life, the things that I ignored, I ultimately ignored myself at that time. And it took so much healing, patience, and unconditional self love for myself, and a lot of life changes that came with it. And fast forward to present day, I'm so grateful for the changes that I'm in. So sharing this with anyone that needs to hear this message, that when you make those changes, it starts from within. You start to see that reflection outside of you and attracting in those loving partnerships, relationships, perhaps that dream career that you've been thinking about, or something that you're working on manifesting. So have patience with these energies, and if you can get near bodies of water, do that. I have a glass of water next to me. This, you can imagine that you're blessing it with love and then drinking it and nourishing every cell in your body. So drink more water than you normally would, just to help to flush out those toxins. It's going to affect each and every one of us differently. It all depends on what you're willing to release at this time. And then we're going to go into, another season, another cycle. So it's just bringing awareness to that. And I just wanted to talk about that a little bit today. So at this point, I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable spot to sit or lie down, and you can take this opportunity to let go of all external distractions and really go within. We're going to do some breath work. We're going to do some grounding. I'm going to take you through a guided meditation. I'm going to channel in a little bit of light language. And this is going to help to shake loose that energetic debris that's still being housed in your body. Anything that still needs to come up and out. This is always with my intention that it's with ease and grace that you're going to release this. So it could be stuck emotions, old thought patterns, anything that's still holding you back, even moments of self-sabotage. Because with this period that we're in, it can very much feel like a death and rebirth cycle. So it's a death and dying of ego and old ways of being, old ways of doing, and embracing what's coming and activating higher self, and stepping into who you truly are, and who you've always meant to be. Just going to get a little bit of water here. Okay, so I hope that you found a comfortable spot. Just going to invite you to close your eyes at this time. We're going to ground our energy. I could imagine that you have this beautiful webbing of roots, and they're coming out of the bottoms of both of your feet, pushing down to the floor, through the earth, through the many, many layers of Mother Earth, continuing to get longer and longer, reaching all the way to the core of Mother Earth. You might see a color, might have a sensation. You want to just hold the intention or visualize that you're wrapping these beautiful roots around Mother Earth and filling them with that beautiful energy. We're going to redirect these energy-filled roots all the way back up in reverse, And then you're going to bring this up to the center of your tailbone. All the way up to the center of your body. All the way up above your head. And you're going to imagine the word love. And in these full moon energies today, continue to focus on the word love. And what does love feel like to you? It could be a person, can be a place, it can be a thing. I'd like you to imagine that you're surrounding yourself in a blanket or a cocoon of love, drawing this down from the top of your head, down both sides of your body, down both of your arms, both of your legs, all the way down to the tips of your toes. This time we're going to do a little bit of breath work. You're going to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. You're going to try to hold that belly breath for a count of 3. And then you're going to exhale that breath completely out of your mouth. We're going to do this 3 times. And if you're not familiar with this breath work, do what's comfortable for you. You might feel a little dizzy from it, so do what you can. We're going to start with in through the nose. Completely exhaling out of the mouth. And again, in through the nose. Out of the mouth. And one more time, in through the nose. You can focus on your breath as normal at this time. We are calling in the highest beings of love and light. We are surrounded by the Galactic Federation of Light, the archangels, ascended masters, our spirit teachers and guides, our ancestors and elders who have been here before us. We are surrounded by love, connected together as one. Whether you are catching this meditation on the live or later today on the replay, you will still continue to receive all the benefits, and you can come back to this meditation anytime you feel called to do so. Going to continue to be in this place of stillness, listening to the sound of your own breath. Going to go on a little bit of a journey together. So you're going to imagine that there's this beautiful beach filled with the most magical white sand, and the sand is warm. And you're walking along this beach. To the left of you, you hear the soft rhythm, the beautiful waves of a body of water walking with you, alongside with you. And the air is crisp and pure. And your heart is open to receive these bountiful blessings and this healing. Today's transmission to help you to release Anything that's still standing in your way of greatness, anything that's still standing in your way of living your best life. This will help you to clear all those lower consciousness thought forms. And off in the distance, you will see the full moon. You feel its majestic power. You feel the energy washing over you. Just allow yourself and every cell of your being to be absorbed by this beautiful energy, preparing you for what is yet to come, making space in your vessel, making space in your body, providing healing for your body, your mind, and your spirit. And you're going to continue to walk forward until you see a chair in the sand that's inviting you to take a seat. It can be a lawn chair, it can be a chair made out of wood, it can even be a yoga mat or a little pillow. Have a seat. I'd like you to place your right hand over your heart chakra. Continue to focus on your breath. And I'm going to channel in some light language, which is the language of the soul, the language of the cosmos, the language of the universe. Channeling in this information, these healing activation codes from higher dimensional beings that are here to assist us with our journey. You will receive these healing codes at the deepest cellular level of your body. Your soul will understand the words. The egoic mind will not understand what I am saying, and that's okay. But your soul will understand. Continue to follow the sound of my voice. Follow the rhythm of your breath, and I will begin. Ah, la patita 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 na mana na patiti. Ora la patata patate, ora la patita patita tapa, eat a patana patita patita patata patiti. Ora la patata patate, tata patata patata patite, tota patata tamatona tapalata patiti. Ora la patata patata patita ba, tota pitita tapalata patata patita po. Ala la patata patite, patata patata tapa, tota patiti, tota tamalata patata patata ba, tota patita ba. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Completely exhale out of your mouth. You're going to continue with the transmission. Keep your right hand over your heart. And they're asking you to place your left hand on the top of your head if this is comfortable for you. Or just imagine that you're placing your hand over your heart and your left hand on your head. Jiran barada pate tita patata patita manade de be to the panala patita pa, Ulan barada patiti, Uri tita panana patata petiti, Ula patata bala patata patita po, Ha la la la, would it a badit a badut a badit and a mana that a biddy to the padan and a biddy to badut a bada at a biddy to po, banana barada, would it a biddy to the pana that a biddy to the badut at a pana that badit a butter to the para to the biddy to the po, and a barada badit a badit a patity to the parada badity, put it a patata patata badity to biddy, oh la la barada the badit a biddy to the parada the part at the biddy to the badit a badit to the badut to the banana the bay. I'd like you to place both hands together in prayer position. Place them in front of your heart space. And at this time, I'd like you to say to yourself mentally, whatever it is that you're willing to release at this time, hold the intention. Take a minute with this. I'll have a moment of quiet. Take one more second with this. You can place your hands down by your side. We're going to start to make our journey back. Taking one last look at this beautiful full moon, the body of water, the sand underneath your toes, underneath your feet. Feeling the cool breeze wash over you. Standing up from the chair wherever you were seated. And we're going to continue to walk back to the present moment. And we're going to start to descend from the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Take a gentle stretch. Yawn if you need to. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for joining me today for today's Oracle card messages and for the guided meditation with light language. As with any healing modality, take time for you today. If you feel that you need to get some extra rest, try to find a way to do this. Drink lots and lots of water and take some time to go within and journal if you feel guided to. If you have emotions that come up to the surface, always give yourself permission to feel. You're so very welcome, Roseanne. And thank you for Kapate for joining me as well. And just take time with you and know that whatever is coming up, this too shall pass, but it is always for our best and highest good. Know that you have a team of spirit that loves you, that's guiding you, that's with you. It's with you 24/7. You're never alone. And just having gratitude that you took time for you today, for this act of self-love. Sending each and every one of you full moon blessings, and thank you.